talk about something that is either bothering them or making them feel really cross, and that they feel that they can do something about it and share that information with you so that you may in turn do something about it. So girls, today what are you talking about?
Girls in Afghanistan lack of rights.
Ooh, okay. So girls in Afghanistan. Do you know where Afghanistan is? Okay. We might have to have a look on a map at some point. And lack of rights. Before, I'm sure you're going to explain all this, but can we talk about the word rights? Have we got an idea of what rights are? So we're saying that girls in Afghanistan lack of, or they haven't got any rights. So are you going to describe that in your talk, or do we need to? You are. Okay, that's fine. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to go and sit out the way, and everyone's going to have a little listen. Will we have a chance to ask questions?
Yes.
Perfect. Lovely. Thank you.
We've got a few questions for you. Our first question to you is, do you like school? Put your hands up if yes. Put your hands up if no. We can see which is more popular. Well, some people value their education, such as these girls in Afghanistan.
Does Ladybug go to school in secret for fear of being stopped with the Taliban?
The Taliban are a group of people, Muslims, who have strong views on the ways we should live our lives.
They believe girls should not have the right to an education and should stay at home and do housework.
In their eyes, girls are only shadows in comparison to the boys, who have the right and are able to fulfill the Taliban's dreams.
One teacher stated, "I am willing to teach these girls, but I believe everybody should have the right to an education,
Boys and girls included."
How do you think these girls are feeling being stopped by these men? Being overlooked by these men?
Let's simplify that. If you were one of these girls, how would you feel? Saren?
I think they would feel sad, disappointed.
Yeah. Right, anybody else?
Josephine?
If I was one of those girls, I would feel really depressed.
Yeah. Emily?
I feel a bit rebellious because it's like I need to learn, and if I want to, I'll just stay home not being in addition to helping the world or anything. I'll just be useless. I'll just be at home cleaning, cooking.
You'd not be doing It's all very good points.
Sophie?
I would be sad because I would want to learn.
Mrs. Oxley?
I'm really glad I went to school because I learnt to read and write, and then I went on and went to university and became a teacher, and I've really enjoyed being a teacher. So if I hadn't have had the chance to read and write, I wouldn't have been able to get a good job.
Yeah. But it's not just in Afghanistan where girls have a lack of rights.
Some other countries, like Afghanistan and Chad.
And Ethiopia. Parts of Ethiopia. And I see how surprised you look, but believe it or not, this is actually quite common around the world.
We have a quick clip to show you these girls going to school unknown by the Taliban.
I don't know whether we need the light on. It might be easier to see with the light on.
Greenham's going to do it. So they don't speak in English, so some of you littler ones, you might not understand that because you have to read the subtitle what it says.
دخلنا بدون که مادرم برم خبر خوش رد گفت شاید مکتب باز شود خیلی خوشحال شدم این کار کنم آماده کردم بحث نامده کردم متاسفانه که شب خبر ساعت دارم گفتن که باز نمیشه
ولكن خرجت مؤسسات الزي بدأت مهتمة بزيت درس أو درس تواركونا درس الذكائي وديت جا خمكين مجزونة زي مكتبة على زي
دخلنا مصروفات اليومية كانت مادة كوماتي كنا كلاشوني زرفا مشوية
نرمى أو دي خطر زي معلومات نرمى أو تجميع خمسة النمس حالو طبعا نجي مكملين لكم بخير مشكلات بعمل خرما مشكلات أصلية تحت يستوي مثلا أنا حال شكرا
مع المكتب يعني سألتني مع الجايستا مع المكتب مش فيه خو استنى جديد جدا كل سلمة يمكن يساعدني بتروسة
وقت بشتغل سنتين دقيقة مع أكثر من 100 دور مزبوط
زوجو ميز لما تشوف كل ما جزمونا مكتبونا خلاشي أو كل مكتبونا تيدرسون تمراجعون كل زي ما يمكن درانيات بخشبه وكان يسوي لديله داخل ما إذا دوبس از كتير مقارنة خدمت بكرة
وانا كمكتب يرفعون سماعة الماشومات الدرس وكما مكتب شروع نسي ماشومات بسواج قانون نسي ماشومات الدرس
در سابق آرزو داشتم که تجارت پیشه شوم اما حالا بزرگترین آرزوی امی است که مکتبا باشم و خاطر که تا درس نخوانیم نمیتونیم ما یک کاری در آینده شویم.
كمكتبونا غاز مشي أنا قررت في دماغ المخوازي عمل لنا بعد الزمع أو كل درسون تقدامها ما تسليم دورتي بهر شكل تشغال در هر جای که باشه تسليم خدایی
زي صحنا عمينا نيجي جانا لنا عندك مكتب شخصي
Is anyone interested for a question? Finn? No. Leon? What did you say to me just before? You want to learn about this more? Yeah. Right. Bertie? Yeah, did you like the bit about school uniforms? Any sea towns? Come on, sea town. Mrs. Greenham.
Ogden, last year we did our, what do you call it, our golden rules in the classroom, and we based it on the UNICEF rights of the child, and there was, one of them was a right to an education, so that everybody has that right to learn and nobody should stop it. So this is a really good example of outside of our classroom, in the wider world, people trying to stop girls' right to an education. So that's all part of the UNICEF Rights of Child work. So just cast your minds back. So that might be year 5 now that we did all that work on, and we decided which our rules were going to be in the class. So just to sort of remind you of that.
Right. Anybody else? May? If the girls do go to school and they can get an education and go to, let's say, a teacher or whatever, would they get paid the same as the men, or would they still get paid?
They get less. The females, if they're a teacher, they get paid much less than the men.
Saren?
This isn't a question, but I actually read a book about this.
Oh, that's very good. What was it about?
The girls not having rights.
Yeah.
Quite a few books.
Josephine?
This isn't like a question, but when I was in Tenerife, we were in this hotel, and when we were having like breakfast, lunch, dinner at the buffet, all the women were they were sorting out the food. They had to clean the males and the females' bathroom. They were just they were slaving, and all the men did all the cooking and stuff. Women did the serving, cleaning, everything like that. And the men get more lyrics and stuff.
So many of you put your hands up because you don't like school. Seeing as you might think it's very boring, but actually it's very important that you have an education.
Right. Any more questions?
I love school.
Finn?
If the girls went to school, would the boys still go to
The
school?
boys are allowed to go to school, yeah. Johnny?
If the boys went to school, how would the girls beat the boys?
How do girls beat the boys?
Well, no idea.
Yeah.
You kind of answered the question.
Right. Anybody else? Ellie back there. Ellie, you got your hand up. Sophie?
How would they know there's more girls than boys? Everybody gets confused why girls are smarter than boys.
It really doesn't matter. It depends It really doesn't matter if they're smarter or not. They will go. The boys will still go to school even if there's a smaller amount.
Those are just stereotypes. Don't pay attention to them. Sophie?
How would they learn?
They can't.
They can't learn. Well, unless like they learn at home.
They
They have to learn some things, like because they need to help around the house. They need to learn how to wash dishes, how to count money, things like that. But really, they should be learning everything.
Bertie?
Why do you think the Taliban want to stop these girls going to school? Theo?
So there are more boys than boys can just do whatever they want.
Why would they want the boys there and not the girls? Because but girls are just as capable.
Because the boys don't want the girls in school.
I think
Because they're mean.
yeah. I think it's because the boys think that if the girls were able to go to school, they might be able to like be better than them, and they don't want that. Yeah. I think they're trying to reduce power. Johnny?
Well, what if there was more girls than boys?
Well, then the Taliban would be very unhappy.
Well, no idea.
Emily?
No.
I think the reason why women aren't supposed to go to school is because it's not about whether you're smart enough. The men will go to work and you'll work and you'll stay at home, clean, take care of the children, and they probably are hoping for sons, not daughters. Because if they have a business, a family business, they all want the sons to take that over, not the daughters.
Yeah.
They want the daughters to be married off to the rich.
That's a very good point. Yeah. So, with all of that, do you think, you might not like it, but do you think you're lucky to go to school?
Yeah.
At least compared to those girls you are.
These girls are over the moon just because they were in school at least just one day. Even one day they're over the moon.
Has anybody changed their opinions about whether they like school or not?
Do you like school? Hands up if you like school.
That's not all. Hands up if you don't like school. There's still quite a few.
Okay, that is very boring. Yeah, okay.